We live in such an amazing world with amazing events, stories, and we've got an incredible story for you this week. With Kady in the studio once again for our ranking show. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
How you been?
Pretty good.
그래요?
Except for
Oh no.
저 발수술했어요.
그러니까요. 왜 이렇게 저번에 옛날에 다친 거죠?
네, 맞아요.
옛날에 다쳤는데 수술하긴 했는데
네, 거의 1년 전에 발 부러져서 이미 수술 한번 했는데 그때 되게 힘들게 수술하고 재활하고 다시 나아진 것 같았지만
아니었어요.
아니었어요.
Oh my gosh. So 재수술.
이번에 한 번 더.
No, it's so terrible. So I mean,
sucks.
it does. It's such an unfortunate case, and I think the lesson to learn from hearing your story is always second opinion이 진짜 중요한 것 같아요.
맞아요. 왜냐면 그때 처음에 좀 작은 병원에 갔는데 거기 의사 선생님이 잘못 확인하고 좀 잘못 치료했어요.
Yeah, that's the worst. I mean, and there's nothing you can really do about it because it's your health and you don't know the things you don't know.
Right, that's why I go to the hospital because
Right.
I don't know.
맞아요.
So I trusted him and that was the wrong thing to do.
The wrong decision.
But then I met a really great doctor and he
Thank God.
put me back together.
Came to the rescue.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you're good now, you're in one piece.
One piece.
No cast.
No cast,
No
no crutches.
Look at that. All right. Hoping for and praying for a speedy recovery. But in any case, we have Kady in the studio for what type of a ranking show? 오늘의 주제는 과연 뭘까요?
네, 오늘의 주제는 선물과 관련된 주제인데요.
선물.
예, 선물. 분이타는 받아본 선물 중에 가장 기억에 남거나 가장 특별한 선물이
있었나요?
어떤 거였나요?
Oof, my goodness. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
It's a hard question.
It is a hard question. Oh no. I have an answer, but it's from an ex-boyfriend.
Okay, now we have to hear this story.
But it's actually not that good. It's very sentimental, I guess. But I think the best gifts that I get, it's not really the gift. It's actually the cards that come with it. So I think 선물보다는 약간 손편지나 그 카드를 쓰잖아요. 근데 지금 남편도 이제 카드를 만들어주는 걸 너무 잘하더라고요. And so I have like a little box of, the things that he's written for me and made for me. 그런 게 진짜 뜻깊더라고요. Yeah, so I feel like the stuff that, people make for you, those things you tend to keep with you longer than the materialistic presents and things like that.
That's true. It's always like the thought behind the present.
Right.
Like how much the person thought about it.
Yes.
How much effort they made.
Yes. So a camera was a really big gift for me.
Oh.
Yeah, 사진기를 너무나 갖고 싶었는데 주셨더라고요. 선물 주셨는데 너무 행복했어요.
혹시 이런 필름 카메라 이런 거였나요? 아니면
It was a actually I have two different things. So he got me one of those printing 카메라 프린팅 하는 거를 저도 너무 갖고 싶어가지고 선물로 주셨는데 I thought like he would make me wait just a couple days or like a week or like something, but he made me wait for like an entire year until Christmas. But he eventually got it for me and I was happy. But I was like, why would you make me wait that long? There's so many other 특별한 날 in between. But it was the big one and he just didn't want to waste it on an average day. But what about you? Kady님은 가장 뜻깊은, 가장 기억남은 그런 선물이 있을까요?
사실 되게 많아요.
Wow.
I'm a pretty lucky girl. I have very thoughtful people around me.
Yeah.
And so there are so many and it's hard to choose one.
Come on now.
I guess one thing that was always so cute and so nice is my grandparents. They would always show their love by making food for us. So for example, my grandpa, unfortunately, he died this year, but he would always, for Christmas, it's a tradition in Austria to eat fish on Christmas.
그래요? 생선을 먹어요?
네, 생선 먹어요, 크리스마스 때. So he would always, and of course it smells, right? 생선 냄새 많이 나서 이제 그거 항상 야외에서 만들어야 돼요.
굽나요? Does he grill it or?
He would fry it outside. So no matter what, like how cold it was or how bad his health was or whatever, he would stand outside and he would fry that fish. Like when it was snowing, when it was raining, when it was freezing. And he was so looking forward to it the whole year long. He planned it for like 100 days, like 100 days before Christmas. He ordered the fish. He did everything.
Wow, 100 days before?
Yeah, like he planned it all in advance.
Wow.
He counted down the days. He like
Christmas will never be
night.
The same.
That's the sad part. But
no.
My younger siblings are taking over.
Oh, they
and
are.
they learned his recipe.
Aww.
And last Christmas they made it for the first time.
또 새로운 전통을 만들어지는
He was
거죠.
in the hospital and they're taking over now.
Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah, well, these traditions pass on from generations to generations. But, the sad part is that we don't have the previous generations with us. But in any case, so many different types of gifts that you can give and receive, whether it's acts of service, cards, letters, or even fish. But let's take a look at our top 5는 과연 뭘까요?
네, 오늘의 탑5 보기 전에 한번 퀴즈 내겠습니다.
좋아요.
오늘의 퀴즈는 네, 오늘의 특별한 선물 1위에 랭킹된 이야기는 결혼하는 아들에게 아버지가 준 선물에 대한 내용을 담고 있는데요.
어허.
이 아버지가 준 특별한 선물은 무엇일까요?
네,
이거 오늘의 퀴즈 문제예요.
All right, before we get on to the show, number 1 ranked extraordinary gift is about the groom's father gifting this special gift to his son. Which among the following will it be?
1번 결혼식장, 2번 결혼 반지, 3번 신혼집, 아니면 4번 신혼여행.
어하. 저 같으면 3번. 이 최고인데.
3번 좋죠.
야, 신혼집 그거만 마련해주면 와 미래는 끝나죠.
맞아요. 저도
Game
사실
over.
반지보다 집 더 받고 싶어요.
That's right. I mean, depending on how expensive each and every thing is, but
That's true.
the house seems like it's the safest bet. But in any case, which would it be? The groom's father gifting a special gift to his son. Our topic being the most extraordinary gifts. 그렇다면 오늘의 주제는 가장 과한 선물들인가요?
맞아요. 가장 특별한,
좋습니다.
특이한 선물들.
좋아요. Well, let's get to it. Number 5, 5위부터 보시죠.
In 1984, police detective Robert Cunningham was dining at Sal's Pizzeria in New York. He was a regular customer at the restaurant and jokingly offered the waitress to, instead of tipping, give her half of any winnings on his lottery ticket. She agreed, and the two of them chose the numbers together. A few days later, she was woken up by a call from Robert. Their lottery ticket had won them $6 million. As promised, Robert gave half of the money to the waitress, which meant that they received $3 million each.
와, 기분 좋은 스토리네요.
Yeah.
That's so fun. 이게 1984년에 일어날 일인데요. 경찰 수사관 로버트 커닝햄은 뉴욕의 살스 피자리아에서 식사를 하고 있었는데요. 식당의 단골 손님으로 종업원에게 농담 삼아 팁 대신 그의 복권 티켓 당첨금의 절반을 주겠다고 제안을 했습니다. 이제 이 웨이터분이 동의했고 둘은 함께 복권 번호를 선택했다고 하는데요. 며칠 후 그녀는 로버트가 거는 전화 소리에 잠에 섰겠는데요. 600만 달러 어치에 이제 복권에 당첨되었는데요. 약속대로 로버트는 종업원에게 돈의 절반을 주었고 그들은 각각 300만 달러씩 받게 되었답니다. 와,
대박이죠.
80년대에 600 600만 달러면 어마어마하죠.
그쵸.
And even if you split it in half, 300 million? Jeez.
Yes, 3 million.
Oh, 3 million.
300 man.
Oh, excuse me. There you go.
But I mean, so I would take 3 million.
Yeah. You know what? To me, that really it doesn't show that big of a difference because once it hits million, I'm like, that it's all the same to me.
That's true.
It's unimaginable.
Yeah.
But in any case, that's super fun. But I want to know, like, there's also different ways to receive payments, I've heard.
Right. So you can receive it all at once. But then you get less money usually.
I heard.
Or you get annual payments. And then you only get, in quotation marks, like around $300,000 per year.
Per year, I see.
Like these two, they received $280,000
wow.
per year. Yeah, and then you get the full amount.
That's amazing.
What would you choose?
Per year.
Yeah.
Definitely. This is, I mean, $280,000 per year, I still get a huge paycheck. And so if I am able to kind of work out my paychecks and debt and things like that, apparently there is like good debt as well. I'm not really into finance. I've seen videos on Instagram. That's about it. But I think the first thing I do is try to find like a financial advisor, someone who can work it out for me and hope for the best.
Right, multiply
my earnings. This is quite incredible. 세금도 떼기 때문에 그렇게 큰 돈은 아니라고 하지만 그래도
너무 좋잖아요.
너무 좋잖아요.
너무 좋아요.
1년에 what would you say? 2억 거의 3억을 벌 수 있다면 와, 땡큐버리 감사이죠.
아, 그럼 바로 이사 갈 것 같아요.
No, at first, 처음에는 you have to lay low.
Oh, right.
This is how people like get killed, Kady.
Right.
You have to lay low. Nobody suspects a thing.
We're like,
It's tempting.
It's so tempting.
근데 사실 이런 게 많대요. 이제 그 로또로 당첨자들이 they're like the biggest target for murders, for theft.
Really?
Yeah, because 다 이제 이겼다고, 상 탔다고 이제 계속 말을 하니까 you're just going around sharing the news. 그러면 질투가 생기게 되지 않겠어요?
맞아요. 그렇겠죠.
Yeah, so the best thing to do is lay low. 그래서 뉴스에서도 이런 기사들이 굉장히 많잖아요. 어떤 분들은 얼굴 가리고 그런 인터뷰를 해요. 왜냐하면 anonymous로 해야 가족이든 뭐 누구든 몰라서 안전해요.
맞아요.
You gotta be safe.
Yeah.
I've thought this through.
You're prepared.
I am prepared to win the lottery. Never bought one before, but I really am.
There's actually another really interesting story that I found because there was another case that was similar to this one. And there was a woman called Tonda Lynn Dickerson. And she was an employee at a Waffle House. And she was also gifted a lottery ticket by a customer. And she promised that she would share any winnings with him and with the other employees. There were 4 other waitresses.
Wow.
And they all had a laugh together. And they were like, yeah, haha, if we win something, let's share. However, she ended up winning $10 million.
Wow.
And did not share with the others. So they sued her.
They sued her?
They sued her, and she fought them in court, and she won and kept all the money.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. I mean, good on her. That's a bold move.
Yeah. So that's actually my next question. What would you do if you had promised someone to give them half of your winnings?
That's hard.
But, yeah.
It depends. Who is it?
Like a random,
like a random stranger?
Like a waitress that you kind of know.
Kind of know, kind of don't know.
She's not a big, not a close friend, but you talk to her sometimes.
It depends. Like, did I choose the numbers and I just won by myself and I just said, I'll share it with you? Or did that person also choose the numbers? So I think that's important.
That makes the difference?
It does. Of course. If I just say, yeah, I'll share it with you, that's the same as saying, let's get lunch sometime.
The Korean way of let's get lunch.
Yeah.
다음에 봐요.
다음에 봐요.
점심 먹어요.
그런 거랑 똑같은 거잖아요. 그래, 한번 밥 먹자. 그래, 나눌게. 그런 거잖아요. 근데 만약에 같이 써가지고 숫자는 7, 7 좋아? 나는 11 가져와. 그러면 11 쓰고 막 그렇게 하면은 then of course I'll share. I mean, I think there's integrity there. But if I just say, yeah, I'll share, no way! Depends. I don't know how close. Also depends on how big it is as well. I don't know. It's hard.
It's difficult.
I'm just being honest. What about you?
It would be hard. I guess I would because I'm a very honest
Good
person. I'm a good person.
You're better than me.
But I mean, it would, in a way, be hard because it's just so much money that you're giving away.
Yeah.
But then again, you can do something good and you can still keep a lot of money.
I know.
And you can just share the happiness.
I mean, if I actually won 3 million instead of 6, I'd still be happy.
Right, exactly.
But it's the greed, it's the 욕심 that'll kill you.
맞아요.
My goodness. All right, we're talking about 통 큰 선물. 5위는 로또 티켓을 당첨해서 50대 50 나눈 스토리였는데요. 그렇다면 number 4는 뭘까요?
The marriage between Marilyn Monroe and the athlete John DiMaggio unfortunately only lasted for 9 months. However, years later, they started seeing each other again, and DiMaggio made up his mind to ask her to remarry him. But before he got a chance to do so, Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her home. To express his endless love and respect for her, he started sending roses to her grave 3 times a week for 20 years. In total, he sent over 18,000 roses and only stopped because it caused too much attention.
Wow, I didn't know this story.
Yeah.
몰랐네요.
It's like so romantic and so sad
And
at
heartbreaking.
the same time. Yeah.
그러니까요. 마릴린 먼로와 운동선수 조 디마지오의 결혼 불행히도 이제 9개월 만에 끝났는데요. 그러나 몇 년 후 그들은 다시 만나기 시작했고 디마지오는 그녀에게 재혼을 제안하기로 결심했는데요. 그때 디마지오가 재혼 청혼을 하기 전에 마릴린 먼로는 그녀의 집에서 사망하고 말았습니다. 그녀는 이제 그녀에 대한 끝없는 사랑과 존경을 표현하기 위해서 그녀의 무덤에 장미를 보냈는데요. 장미를 보낸 기간은 일주일 동안 3번 20년 동안 보내서 총 18,000송이의 장미를 보냈고 보낸 것을 중단한 이유는 너무 큰 관심, 너무 큰 화제를 끌어서였다고 하는데요. 그렇다면 진짜 너무나 많은 사람이 아직도 마릴린 먼로 이름을 몰랐다면 지금까지도 보냈었겠네요. Right? I mean, that's just so sweet and heartbreaking that he still remembers her like this.
Yeah, apparently he was really heartbroken and also
it wasn't he the one who organized her funeral.
Right, he was the one who organized her funeral.
Wow.
Even though he was just the second husband out of 3.
Yeah, 마릴린 먼저 한 3번이나 결혼했잖아요.
네.
이 사람이 2번째고.
맞아요.
근데 이 사람이 유일하게 장례식을 준비했다고 하는데 진짜 사랑했나 봐요.
맞아요. And so he actually regretted a lot that he didn't change earlier because when they were together, he was drinking and then he would sometimes have temper tantrums and stuff like that.
남자.
And only after the marriage ended, he got help. He got therapy and he stopped drinking.
Wow.
And he really changed himself. But at that point, it was too late.
Too late. Oh, my
so
gosh.
sad.
그러네요. That's just 너무 후회가 되는 미련이 있는. It's just a sad story. But apparently a close acquaintance of the couple stated that he was also feeling extreme guilt.
Yes.
그렇겠어요, 진짜. 그런 죄책감이 엄청 무거울 것 같아요.
맞아요.
내가 이렇게 좋은 남편이 아니었는데
내가 조금만 더 잘했으면
조금 더 빨리
일찍 조금 더 빨리 치료받았으면
더 나은 인생을 살 수 있었을 텐데.
맞아요. 지금도 행복할 수 있었을 텐데.
Right. I mean, who knows? We can always say what if.
Right.
만약에 이렇다면, 만약에 저렇다면. 끝나지 않은.
Almost like this in every relationship, right? There's always something that both sides do wrong. And if you had done something better or paid more attention or made more of an effort, you could have saved the relationship.
Right.
But
it's just too late. 그래서 진짜 romance, relationships 진짜 다 타이밍인 것 같아요.
타이밍 중요하죠.
Yeah, because some people, they are immature and that's just natural.
Yeah. And then again, I think you have to go through some bad experiences to learn and to grow, yeah.
Develop for yourself.
Yeah.
That's so true. 18,000송이의 장미. Did you ever receive like roses before?
I received them from my grandpa.
Grandpa's the 주인공. 오늘의 주인공은 할아버지예요. 어떡해.
Yeah, so for my birthday, he would always come with a big bouquet of roses.
Wow.
In the morning.
장미가 꽤 비싼데, 그죠?
맞아요.
와, 할아버지 너무 스윗한데요. See, I think I really like family members who treat each other well because that sets you up for a greater life. 그래서 이제 기준이 생기지 않나요?
맞아요.
할아버님께서 너무 이제 잘해주시니까 그렇게까지 안 해준다면 그 어떤 남자가 다가오면 별로 그렇게 우리 할아버지는 이렇게 안 했는데
맞아요.
우리 할아버지는 장미 부케이를 항상 갖다 줬는데 우리 할아버지는 항상 크리스마스 때 요리했는데
Yeah, you have like your standards.
criteria. Yeah, 눈이 높아지는 것 같아요.
맞아요. 근데 제 생각에 그거 좋은 거예요.
Of course. 눈이 조금 높아야
조금 높아야 돼요.
아무나 만나면 안 되잖아요. Yeah, flowers are always a great gift to give. It's also fun when you go to like even a girlfriend's house. Not 남녀 사이일 수도 있고 여자 사이에도 집들이 할 때도 디너 파티 할 때도 가볍게 부케를 들고 가면 기분이 굉장히 좋아요.
맞아요. 그리고 집에 꽃 있으면
분위기가 달라요.
분위기 달라요.
It's so good. I used to really love flowers. I still do, but this past spring 몇 번 이제 florist한테 갔는데요. Apparently there's like a service 이런 택배 배달 꽃 서비스가 있대요. 그래서 일주일 내내 they just deliver you fresh flowers of the week. And I thought that's the best subscription service there could be. 그게 너무 좋지 않아요? 기분 좋게 만드는 거잖아요.
맞아요.
본인이 사더라도 받으면 약간 선물처럼 느낄 수 있잖아요.
그거 맞아요.
And you also don't know what kind of bouquet it would be, what flowers it is.
So it's a surprise every time.
그렇죠. 한 주는 튤립일 수도 있고 또 한 주는 장미, 한 주는 dandelion. Who knows what the names are.
I would totally recommend it to people who are single.
Yes.
Like, don't wait for a guy or a girl to give you flowers. Just
I can buy myself flowers.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus가 부르잖아요.
맞아요.
I'm going to take a note from one of these people who've lived life. I think she has more experiences than I do. So 그런 면으로 인생 선배인 것 같아요. 그렇지 않겠어요? Yeah, well, in any case, 통 큰 선물에 대해서 알아보고 있습니다. The top 5 biggest, most extravagant gifts around the world and throughout history. Number 5 being a lottery ticket. Number 4 being 18,000 roses from Joe DiMaggio to Marilyn Monroe after she'd passed away. Stick around. Let us know 여러분만의 가장 특별한 선물 또는 받고 싶은 선물 있다면 샵 1013으로 문자 보내주시길 바랍니다. In any case, here's Melomanx with 선물. Welcome back to our amazing world ranking show with our one and only Kady 님 in the studio. 안녕하세요.
안녕.
Talking about 통 큰 선물. I really like this phrase because it talks about the money.
Right.
Doesn't it? 이 통 큰 선물은 돈에 관한 그런 idiom, 그런 phrase이잖아요. 그런 표현이기 때문에 extraordinary gift는 자그만 물려준 그런 것일 수도 있지만
Right.
통 큰 선물은 어마어마하게 통장이 커야 줄 수 있는 선물인데요. All right, number 5, we had the lottery ticket. Number 4, we had 18,000 roses. Number 3, 3위는 과연 뭘까요? Let's take a listen.
Anil and Mukesh Ambani are two rich brothers from Mumbai. While most siblings enjoy a bit of friendly rivalry now and then, Anil and Mukesh have a very unique way to compete with each other. Their rivalry is all about how expensive the gifts for their wives are.
Oh.
For her 44th birthday, Mukesh bought his wife a jet for $50 million. It is custom fitted with an office, a master bedroom, a bar, a luxurious shower room, entertainment cabins, and much more. This prompted his younger brother, Anil, to take things even a step further. He bought his wife a luxury yacht, which has 6 bedrooms, a spacious dining area, a family entertainment area, and lots of other amenities. The gift cost him $84 million, which now puts his brother in a tight spot.
Wow. I would think a jet would be more expensive. 몰랐네요. 요트가 더 비싸네요.
I guess it depends on
I know, yeah, how big
it is.
아닐과 무케시 암바니는 뭄바이 출신의 부유한 형제로 유명한데요. 대부분의 형제들은 가벼운 경쟁을 즐기기는 하지만 아닐과 무케시는 매우 특별한 경쟁 방법을 가지고 있답니다. 바로 각자 아내들에게 얼마나 비싼 선물을 하는지로 경쟁하는데요. 44번째 생일 선물로 무케시는 아내에게 5천만 달러의 제트기를 선물했는데요. 제트기 안에는 사무실은 기본이고 메인 침실, 바와 샤워실, 엔터테인먼트 룸 등으로 맞춤 제작되고요. 동생인 아닐, 형보다 한술 더 뜨기를 결정했습니다. 이걸 보고 난 안 되겠다 해서 아내에게 6개의 침실, 넓은 식사 공간, 가족 엔터테인먼트 공간 및 기타 많은 편의시설이 있는 고급 요트를 선물해 주었다고 합니다. 이 요트의 총 가격은 8,400만 달러로 이제 형인 무케시가 곤란하게 되었는데요. Oh, to be a wife.
Yeah.
와, 좋겠다.
Oh.
That's pretty cool. All right, well, let's take a look at who they are. 이 사람들도 그냥 평범한 사람 아니겠죠?
맞아요. 사실 아시아에서 가장 돈 많은 부자들이에요.
Crazy Rich Asian이네요, 진짜.
Right, really, literally.
True story.
This family is the richest family in Asia.
Wow. 뭘 하길래? Do you know the background of their family? Or what do they do?
I know that they do a lot of things, but
I bet.
Mostly, oil and other
I see. Natural resources.
Yeah, natural resources.
Import, export.
Right.
All Indians are in the import and export business, either engineers, doctors, or importing things.
Yeah.
All right, so according to Anil's wife, it's always been a dream of hers to own a yacht. 이때 힌트를 얼마나 줘야. You can always say, 자기야, 나는 항상 이런 꿈이 있었는데, 꿈은 그냥 꿈이겠지. But I mean, she should know by now that, this is definitely a thing. And maybe, it's not for her, it's actually for him. I mean, who knows the behind story?
Right. From what I know, she's very happy that now she can be part of the yacht club.
Right. 진짜. 근데 무케시 암바니, so this is the 형, right? 이 형은
Right.
890억 달러의 순자산을 보유하면서 아시아에서 가장 보유한 사람이라고 하는데 진짜 이 가족은 아시아에서 가장 부유한 가족이기 때문에 뭘 하던 I mean, I don't know if you'd actually lose. I feel like it's part of their expenses, part of their business. 진짜 사치스럽게 돈을 쓰는 것도 아닌 것 같아요. Compared to their wealth.
Right. I mean, if you have $89 billion,
Yeah.
then a couple of million wouldn't make a big difference, I guess.
I guess so. I mean, it's hard to imagine those numbers. I can't even imagine, know, what it looks like on a
상상할 수 없어요.
Yeah.
진짜.
Okay, so I mean, they must all own things now. 이렇게 부자면 is there any more gifts to give? 그치? 다 뭐 요트 있고 다 제트 있고.
Right. So that's the question now, what the other brother will come up with.
Yeah.
But he actually, so the older brother, Mukesh, he already has a yacht.
Already has one.
And it's like the most extravagant yacht you can imagine. It's extremely futuristic and it's shaped like a horseshoe.
말
Yeah.
팔고?
So it doesn't look like a normal boat. It has a U shape. And it cost him $100 million.
그래야죠.
And it has like everything. Like it's insane. It looks like something from like a, I don't know, like a
spaceship almost.
Yeah, like a spaceship, really.
말 발굽이라고 해야 되나? 말발굽 모양의 요트는 보기 힘든 것 같은데요. I don't know if it's actually the best design. I just think because it's a different design, people will be like, oh yeah, I'll buy it for $1억, you know? Just because it's different.
Right.
Well, you buy things because you're bored at that point. 심심해서 사는 것 같기도 해요.
Yeah.
식상해서 다른 거는.
But that's actually, I think, the sad part, that if you can buy everything, then things kind of lose their meaning or they're just not special anymore.
That's true.
So I think that might be a bit boring, actually.
I agree. I mean, I think you have to have a little bit of a dream, a drive, some sort of, goal and ambition. But if you have everything, it kind of gets depressing.
Most things are special because we can't have them all the time.
Wow. Taking a look, PD님께서 사진 올렸는데요.
Oh,
진짜 어마어마하네요.
it doesn't even look real.
It doesn't even look like a boat. It looks like a house. It looks like a one-story mansion. One of those beautiful LA homes. 어마어마하네요. 그러네요. But it's strange because India is such a rich country and also such a poor country.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching paparazzi footage of Bollywood stars, and they would, go from the hotel or the restaurant to their cars, and in between, there would just be people begging them for money. It's something that you don't see anywhere, But when you see a celebrity, it's not like, oh, let me get a picture. It's, can I have some cash? You're so rich, let me get some cash. And it was just a mind-boggling thing to see.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So, the gap between the socioeconomic gap in India is incredible.
Yeah, it's a country of extremes. Like you have the extremely poor and then also the richest people in Asia.
극과 극의 나라이죠. Well, 이렇게 해서 개인 yacht, talking about the richest family in Asia에 대해서 알아봤는데요. I mean, who could beat the richest family in Asia? 이게 3위가 되는데. 그렇다면 2위, number 2는 과연 뭘까요?
For their 50th wedding anniversary, the Kansas farmer Lee Wilson wanted to gift his wife something truly special. In May, he secretly started sowing seeds on an 80-acre field, which is roughly the size of 45 soccer fields. After a month of hard work and a few weeks of waiting, the gift was finally ready. When their golden anniversary arrived, the farmer presented his wife with 1.2 million sunflowers.
Oh my God.
She said that there couldn't have been a more perfect anniversary gift and that the gesture made her feel very special.
Oh my goodness. That's so... 사진을 보고 있는데요. 너무 아름답네요.
너무 사랑스럽잖아요.
Yeah. I'd rather have this. 이게 더 부자인 것 같아요. 그렇지 않아요? 사랑 부자.
Yeah.
Sunflower 부자. 캔자스주의 농부 리 윌슨은 50주년 결혼 기념일을 위해서 아내에게 정말 특별한 선물을 하고 싶었는데요. 이제 5월에 약 축구장 45개 크기인 80에이커의 땅에 비밀스럽게 씨를 뿌리기 시작했습니다. 한 달간 열심히 일하고 몇 주간의 기다림 끝에 드디어 선물 마침 준비되었습니다. 이 부부의 황금 기념일이 되었을 때 농부는 아내에게 120만 송이의 해바라기를 선물한 것이었는데요. 그녀는 더 완벽한 기념일 선물은 없었다고 말하며 이 행동으로 인해 자신이 매우 특별한 존재가 된 것 같다고 소감을 밝혔습니다. What a gesture indeed. 이게 바로 이벤트죠.
이거는 정말 사랑이죠.
Yeah. I mean, that has all of the, languages of love languages. The acts of service, it's the gifts, it's the time that he spent. 어마어마한데요. 1.2 million sunflowers? 허리 안 아플까요? What? Break his back? But I wonder, 잘못된 일을 했나? 용서해야 할 일을 했나?
약간,
잘못한 일을 해가지고.
I heard that in Russia, the flower shops are open 24 hours.
24/7, 언제든지
Yeah, because there, if the guy makes a mistake, then he has to buy flowers before he can come home.
말이 돼요. It makes sense. And taking a look at, their history as well, they looked quite old. They look, quite young to be married for 50 years.
Yeah, so they actually met quite early. And they've been together since they were 16.
Wow.
Yeah, so they were basically high school sweethearts.
Wow.
And on Renee's 16th birthday, Lee asked her out on a roller skating date. And since then, the two of them have been deeply in love.
Wow, that's so cute.
Yeah.
That is so cute. I went to Minnesota to meet my husband's family, and his grandpa, they're all from Minnesota. And so his grandpa, I asked him about his wife and how they met and things like that. 옛날에는 이렇게 어린 나이에 사랑에 빠지고 빨리 결혼하잖아요.
맞아요.
근데 그 이유가 있어요. So he also fell in love with somebody very young. And he spent a winter, 겨울을 지나고 나서 결혼을 하겠다는 결심을 했어요. 왜냐하면 그때는 이제 사랑에 빠졌기 때문에 이제 흥분하잖아요. You're at a high. So you just want to marry this person no matter what. But because you don't want to go through another winter, that means going through the snow. 그때는 말 타고 자동차가 없었어요. 말 타고 그녀의 집을 가가지고 저녁 식사도 하면서 그랬기 때문에 다시는 그런 짓을 안 하고 싶어서 우리는 결혼해야 된다. So it's kind of a little more functional reason why they didn't want to spend another winter apart. Let's just get married. And it's like, okay, it makes sense.
But from today's point of view, it would be crazy.
Right.
Now, if you're I met this guy, we dated for 3 months. We don't want to spend the next winter having to take the bus to go to each other's home. So let's just get married.
근데 의외로 그런 사람들도 많더라고요. At a young age. Right after high school 또는 몇 달 만에 그렇게 결혼하신 분들도 있더라고요.
But what's your opinion on that?
사실은 I think 그런 과정이 저한테는 중요하긴 하지만 어쨌든 결혼하게 되면은 똑같아요.
그래요?
So I feel like no matter how long or how short you've dated, once you get married, that's the start. You know what I mean? We're all going to fight about the same things. We're all going to, worry about the same things. So from there, if you're able to work things through and choose each other every day, you say, I choose you. Then it should be good. 데이트하는 거를 몇 년 해더라도 금방 이혼하는 분들도 있고.
맞아요.
정답은 없는 것 같아요. In any case, 120만 송의 해바라기 너무 낭만적이었습니다. 그렇다면 number 1, 1번은 과연 뭘까요?
The wedding between Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, and Princess Salama in 1981 holds the record for being the most expensive wedding of all time. It cost $100 million, and the celebrations lasted for a full week.
Wow.
From 35 private jets over extravagant performances to 20 diamond-covered camels, every aspect of the wedding was extravagant. The most outlandish part, however, was the venue. The couple didn't simply rent a venue, but instead Sheikh Mohammed's father, who was the ruler of Abu Dhabi, gifted them one.
Oh.
He had a whole new stadium that could hold 20,000 people and cost $22 million built to hold the wedding ceremony.
Wow. I mean, how many people would have to fill those seats?
Yeah, I guess they filled that stadium up.
Yeah, pretty easy, I would think, if you have that many connections. 결혼식 스테디움인데요. 아부다비의 왕세자인 셰이크 모하메드 빈 자히드와 프린세스 살라마의 1981년 결혼식은 지금까지 가장 비싼 결혼식이라는 기록을 가지고 있습니다. 비용으로 100만 달러가 들었고 이제 일주일 동안 축제였죠. 35대의 전용 제트기, 화려한 공연, 20마리의 다이몬드로 덮인 낙타의 이름까지 결혼식의 모든 면이 화려함 그 자체였습니다. 하지만 그 중에서도 가장 특별한 것은 장소 그 자체였는데요. 이 커플은 단순히 장소를 빌린 것이 아니었기 때문에 아부다비의 통치자인 셰이크 모하메드의 아버지가 결혼식 장소를 쓸 장소를 선물한 건데요. 모하메드의 아버지는 2만 명의 사람들을 소용할 수 있는 2,200만 달러의 새로운 스타디움을 세워 결혼식을 치르게 됐습니다. So, I'm sorry. He built it.
He built it.
구매한 게 아니고.
구매한 거 아니고 그냥 새롭게 만들었어요. A stadium.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
와, 진짜 통 큰 선물이네요. Yeah, well, there you go. Well, that means the answer to our quiz was the 결혼식장.
Right. 결혼식장 선물해줬어요.
이만석 경기장이면 진짜 어마어마할 건데. I wonder like how the biggest stadiums in Korea are. I mean, does it compare? Is it the same?
Right.
Is it not?
Is it similar? I don't know.
Wow. Oh, do you have like 로망 for 결혼식장? Do you have like a place where you want to get married?
저는 사실 어렸을 때 결혼에 대해 생각 안 하고 그냥 뭔가 나는 I was more like, I want to be like a Jedi, like in Star Wars, or like I don't know. That was my dream.
상상 속에 있었네요.
Yeah, so I wasn't really thinking about getting married. That was never like a thing.
Neither
for me.
did I. I didn't know that like people dreamed about dresses. And
Yeah.
I guess I thought about it here and there, but it was never something that I wanted to have. Like I have to do this, I have to do that.
Right.
그런데 그런 게 있으면 오히려 결혼할 때 더 편해요.
맞아요.
Because you know exactly what you want.
You have your stuff all figured out. You know what you want, and then you can really get your dream wedding as long as you have enough money for it.
That's the biggest problem.
That's always the problem.
예산 안에 다 해결해야 되는
맞아요.
문제가
이거
있죠.
다 너무너무 비싸요.
너무너무 비싸죠. Well, okay, it seems like the 80s was a big year for 통 큰 선물. You know, lots of things happened in the 80s. Lottery tickets, I mean, stadiums being built to hold a wedding. It's quite impressive. 이 중에 하나를 갖고 있을 수 있다면, 가질 수 있다면 뭐를 선택할까요? What would you choose?
I'm a practical person.
Practicality.
So I would probably either, I guess I would choose the yacht.
Oh, you would?
Because I can make money with that.
Okay. I think I would choose, I want to say the 해바라기, but I think I would choose the lottery ticket.
Oh, right. But I mean, the lottery ticket is 3 million and the boat is like 80 million.
That's true. So you could sell it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could rent it out.
And rent it out.
For events and parties and keep making that sweet, sweet money.
We gotta think this through. Yeah, because I feel like 그 해바라기는 너무 사랑스러운 거잖아요.
맞아요.
If I had somebody that would love me enough to plant seeds and grow how many millions of sunflowers for me, that would be true love. But I don't know how I would 관리를 어떻게 해요. Maintain
the
it.
thing is with the sunflowers, they don't stay for a long time.
Right?
Like, it's so sweet and it's so nice, but from what I know, they die after a couple of weeks.
Yeah. I mean, the sunflower seeds, I mean, he's a farmer, so he'd harvest them. But
Probably.
I don't know. I think I'd still choose the money. It seems like it's the most efficient thing, but
right.
귀찮은 거예요. Like even if I have the yacht, 파는 것도 귀찮고 just have the money.
그거는 괜찮아요.
괜찮아요?
할 수 있어요.
한번
그 정도는 뭐.
관리할 수 있어요. 판단할 수 있어요. All right. Well, in any case, 덕분에 너무 즐거운 시간을 보냈습니다. Hopefully, Kady, you get the best gifts ever in the future from your special someone, but also the people around you. Looking forward to gifts upon gifts. Well, in any case, we'll have to see you again next week. 여기서 마무리하고요. We'll leave you guys with our last song. 오늘의 마지막 곡은 UN 선물을 들려드리겠습니다. 여러분, 내일 봬요.